What if everything you think you know about dreams is completely backwards? What if, instead of dreams being random brain activity, while you sleep, your dreams are actually the control room of reality itself? Tonight, as you drift into the deepest realms of sleep, we're going to explore a possibility so profound it could change everything you believe about the nature of existence. What if your dreams don't just reflect reality, but actually create it? Close your eyes and let your mind wander as we journey into the mysterious relationship between the sleeping mind and the waking world. For the next 2 hours, we'll uncover evidence that suggests your nighttime adventures might be far more powerful than you ever imagined. From ancient wisdom traditions to cutting-edge quantum physics, from documented cases of prophetic dreams to the latest research in consciousness studies, we're about to discover that your dreams might be the most important part of your entire existence. Take a deep breath and allow yourself to sink deeper into comfort as we begin this exploration. What if the reason you spend a third of your life sleeping isn't just for rest and recovery, but because sleep is when you do your most important work as a conscious being? What if dreams are actually your direct interface with the fundamental creative force of the universe? The story begins in the early morning hours of April 14th, 1912, when a woman named Martha Stevens woke up in her London apartment with tears streaming down her face. She had just experienced the most vivid dream of her life, a dream so real and terrifying that she couldn't shake the images from her mind. In her dream, she had seen a massive ship, the largest and most luxurious vessel ever built, slowly sinking into the dark waters of the North Atlantic Ocean. She saw hundreds of people in the water, calling for help that would never come. The dream was so vivid that she could feel the icy cold of the water and hear the desperate cries of the passengers. What makes Marta's dream extraordinary isn't just its vividness, but its timing. She experienced this dream 3 hours before news of the Titanic disaster reached London. Her dream occurred while the ship was still sinking, over 3,000 miles away. When she later described her dream to investigators, her details matched the actual events with stunning accuracy, including specific details about the ship's structure and the sequence of events that hadn't yet been reported in any newspaper. Marta's experience wasn't unique. In the weeks following the Titanic disaster, researchers documented over 200 similar cases of people who had dreamed about the sinking before news of the tragedy reached them. Some dreamers saw the ship hitting an iceberg. Others witnessed the panic of passengers, and many experienced the exact emotions of terror and helplessness that the actual victims must have felt during those final hours. As you continue to relax and let your consciousness drift, consider the implications of these documented cases. If dreams can somehow access information about events happening thousands of miles away in real time, what does this tell us about the nature of consciousness itself? What if your sleeping mind isn't confined to your physical brain, but can somehow connect to a larger field of information that exists beyond the boundaries of space and time? The phenomenon of prophetic dreams has been documented throughout human history, across every culture and civilization. Ancient Egyptian dream interpreters served in the courts of pharaohs, helping to guide decisions that affected entire kingdoms based on the symbolic messages received in dreams. The oracle at Delphi, one of the most influential figures in ancient Greece, was said to receive her prophetic visions through dream-like trance states. In traditional Chinese culture, dreams were considered direct communications from ancestors and spirits, carrying important guidance for the living. But prophetic dreams represent just the beginning of dreams' mysterious power to influence reality. What if dreams don't just predict the future, but actually help to create it? What if the images, scenarios, and experiences you encounter in your dreams are somehow programming the reality you'll encounter when you wake up? Dr. Patricia Morrison, a neuroscientist at Stanford University, has spent the last 15 years studying what she calls reality rehearsal dreams. These are dreams in which people experience detailed scenarios that later manifest in their waking lives with remarkable accuracy. In her research, Dr. Morrison has documented thousands of cases where individuals dreamed about specific conversations, meetings, or events that later occurred exactly as dreamed, sometimes days or weeks later. One of her most compelling cases involves a businessman named David Chen, who kept a detailed dream journal for over 2 years. During this time, David recorded 57 dreams that later manifested as real events in his life. These weren't vague symbolic dreams, but precise, detailed experiences. He dreamed about receiving a specific phone call from a client he hadn't spoken to in months, and the call came 3 days later, with the exact words he had heard in his dream. He dreamed about finding a parking space in front of a particular restaurant on a busy street, and when he went to that restaurant the following week, the exact parking space was available at the precise time he had dreamed about. What makes David's case even more intriguing is that he began to experiment with deliberately programming his dreams to create desired outcomes in his waking life. He would focus on specific scenarios before falling asleep, visualizing them in detail and emotionally experiencing them as real. Over time, he found that the scenarios he deliberately dreamed about had a significantly higher probability of manifesting in his waking life than random chance would suggest. As you sink deeper into the peaceful state between waking and sleeping, imagine what your life might be like if you could consciously direct your dreams to create positive changes in your reality. What if the problems you're currently facing could be solved not through struggle and effort in the waking world, but through the creative power of your dreaming mind? The connection between dreams and reality becomes even more fascinating when we examine the latest research in quantum physics. Dr. Amit Goswami, a theoretical physicist who has spent decades studying consciousness and quantum mechanics, proposes that consciousness isn't produced by the brain, but rather exists as a fundamental field that the brain tunes into, like a radio receiving signals from the quantum field of all possibilities. According to quantum theory, reality exists in a state of infinite potential till it's observed or measured by consciousness. The famous double-slit experiment demonstrates that subatomic particles exist in multiple states simultaneously till they're observed, at which point they collapse into a single, definite state. This suggests that consciousness plays an active role in determining which version of reality actually manifests from the infinite field of possibilities. If consciousness has this power to collapse quantum possibilities into actual reality, and if dreams represent a special state of consciousness where the normal boundaries of space and time don't apply, then perhaps dreams operate as a kind of reality selection mechanism. When you dream about specific scenarios, you might be unconsciously choosing which possibilities from the quantum field will manifest in your physical experience. This theory gains support from the work of Dr. Russell Targ, a physicist who spent over 20 years researching remote viewing for the Stanford Research Institute. Remote viewing is the ability to psychically perceive distant locations, objects, or events without using the normal senses. Dr. Targ's research, which was funded by the CIA and other government agencies, demonstrated that trained remote viewers could accurately describe target locations thousands of miles away with statistical accuracy. far beyond what chance would predict. What's particularly relevant to our exploration of dreams is that many of the most successful remote viewing sessions occurred when the viewers were in dream, like altered states of consciousness. The deeper the trance state, the more accurate the remote viewing became. This suggests that the same mechanisms that allow consciousness to access distant information during dreams might also be responsible for dreams' apparent ability to influence future reality. Let yourself drift even deeper as we explore how ancient wisdom traditions understood this connection between dreams and reality. In Tibetan Buddhism, the practice of dream yoga teaches that mastering your dreams is one of the most direct paths to understanding the illusory nature of all reality. According to these teachings, both waking life and dreams are equally illusory constructions of consciousness. The only difference is that in dreams, you're more aware of your role as the creator of the experience. The Tibetan master Naropa taught that there are 4 stages of dream realization. First, you become aware that you are dreaming while still in the dream state. Second, you learn to transform the content of your dreams through the power of intention. Third, you realize that the dreamer and the dream are not separate, but are both manifestations of the same consciousness. Finally, you understand that waking life and dreams are both equally empty of inherent existence, both projections of the same fundamental awareness. This ancient understanding aligns remarkably with modern theories about the nature of reality. If consciousness is indeed the fundamental basis of all existence, then the states of consciousness we experience during dreams might provide direct access to the creative mechanisms underlying physical reality. Consider the implications as you continue to relax into deeper states of awareness. If your dreams are indeed a direct interface with the creative force of the universe, then every night when you go to sleep, you're entering a laboratory where you can experiment with different versions of reality. The scenarios you experience in dreams might be test runs for the reality you'll manifest when you wake up. Dr. Rupert Sheldrake, a biologist who has studied consciousness and morphic fields for over 30 years, proposes that all of reality is connected through what he calls morphic resonance. According to his theory, when anything happens anywhere in the universe, it creates a morphic field that makes similar events more likely to occur elsewhere. These fields operate beyond the constraints of space and time, allowing information to be shared instantaneously across any distance. If morphic fields exist, as Sheldrake suggests, then your dreams might be both receiving information from and contributing information to these fields. When you dream about specific scenarios, you might be both accessing the morphic field of similar experiences that have already occurred and simultaneously strengthening the morphic field that makes those experiences more likely to manifest in physical reality. This could explain why certain types of dreams seem to be shared across cultures and individuals. Carl Jung identified what he called archetypal dreams, symbolic experiences that appear in the dreams of people from completely different backgrounds and cultures. These archetypal dreams often involve similar symbols, emotions, and narratives, suggesting that they emerge from a collective unconscious that transcends individual minds. What if Jung's collective unconscious is actually a description of Sheldrake's morphic fields? What if the reason certain dream symbols and narratives appear across all human cultures is because they represent fundamental patterns in the morphic field of human consciousness? And what if by dreaming these archetypal dreams, you're not just accessing this collective field, but also contributing to it, helping to shape the collective reality that all humans experience? As you drift deeper into the liminal space between waking and sleeping, imagine yourself as an active participant in the creation of collective human reality. Every dream you have, every scenario you experience in sleep, might be casting a vote for the kind of world we all inhabit. Your dreams might be more than personal experiences. They might be contributions to the ongoing creation of human civilization itself. The power of dreams to influence reality becomes even more intriguing when we examine cases of shared dreaming. Dr. Montague Ullman, a psychoanalyst who spent decades researching telepathic dreams, documented numerous cases of people sharing identical dream experiences, despite being physically separated by great distances. One of his most remarkable cases involved two sisters, Sarah and Jennifer, who lived on opposite coasts of the United States. For over 6 months, they consistently experienced nearly identical dreams on the same nights. These weren't vague similarities, but detailed, specific experiences. They would dream about the same locations, encounter the same people, and often have conversations in their dreams that they both remembered word for word upon waking. What makes their case extraordinary is that neither sister told the other about her dreams till they met for a family gathering and discovered their shared experiences. When they compared their dream journals, they found over 40 instances of identical dream scenarios, complete with matching details about colors, sounds, emotions, and even specific dialogue. Dr. Ullman's research suggests that consciousness isn't limited to individual brains, but might operate more like a shared field that individual minds tap into during dreams. If this is true, then your dreams might not be private, personal experiences, but rather your individual participation in a vast, collective dreaming process that's constantly creating and reshaping reality. Breathe deeply and allow this possibility to settle into your awareness. What if every night, when you close your eyes and enter the world of dreams, you're joining billions of other dreamers in a massive, collaborative creation project? What if humanity is literally dreaming reality into existence, and your individual dreams are your contribution to this ongoing creative process? The implications become even more profound when we consider the research of Dr. Dean Radin at the Institute of Noetic Sciences. Dr. Radin has conducted hundreds of experiments demonstrating that consciousness can directly influence physical reality at the quantum level. In his experiments, people are able to affect the behavior of random number generators, influence the decay of radioactive materials, and even alter the properties of water through focused intention alone. What's particularly relevant to our exploration is that these consciousness effects become much stronger when people are in altered states of consciousness similar to dreaming. During deep meditative states, trance states, and hypnotic states, the ability of consciousness to influence physical reality increases dramatically. This suggests that the dream state, with its altered brainwave patterns and expanded awareness, might be the optimal condition for consciousness to directly interact with and modify physical reality. If Dr. Radin's research is correct, then your dreams aren't just symbolic experiences or random neural activity. They might be direct interventions in the quantum field that underlies all physical reality. Every scenario you experience in a dream, every emotion you feel, every intention you hold might be literally reshaping the probability patterns that determine what manifests in your waking life. Let yourself sink even deeper into relaxation as we explore how this understanding of dreams might change everything about how you approach your daily life. If your dreams are indeed controlling reality, then paying attention to your dream life becomes far more important than most people realize. The quality of your dreams, the emotions you experience during sleep, and the scenarios your subconscious mind creates might be the most important factors determining the quality of your waking experience. Consider the case of Maria Santos, an architect from Barcelona, who discovered the reality, shaping power of dreams through direct experience. Maria had been struggling with a major design project for over 6 months. She needed to create a building that would serve multiple functions while fitting into a very restricted urban space, and every solution she attempted in her waking consciousness seemed to create new problems. Frustrated and facing a crucial deadline, Maria decided to take a different approach. Instead of working on the problem during her waking hours, she began programming her dreams to find the solution. Each night before falling asleep, she would visualize the empty building site and ask her dreaming mind to show her the perfect design. For 3 weeks, her dreams were filled with architectural visions. She saw buildings that seemed to defy conventional physics, structures that expanded and contracted according to need, designs that integrated with the surrounding environment in ways she had never considered. Most of these dream designs seemed impossible to implement with conventional materials and construction methods. But on the 23rd night, Maria had a dream that was different from all the others. In this dream, she saw a building design that was both fantastical and practical. The structure appeared to be made of a material that was transparent from the inside, but reflective from the outside, creating privacy while maintaining an open feeling. The building's shape was organic, flowing like water, but the construction method revealed in the dream was surprisingly feasible. When Maria woke up, she immediately sketched the design from her dream. As she worked out the technical details, she realized that her dream had presented her with a solution that incorporated cutting-edge materials and construction techniques she hadn't previously considered. The transparent, reflective material existed. It was a newly developed smart glass that could change its opacity electronically. The organic shape could be achieved using parametric design software and 3D printing techniques for structural components. Maria's dream-inspired design not only solved all the problems she had been struggling with, but created a building that was far more innovative and beautiful than anything she had previously conceived. The project became one of the most celebrated architectural achievements of the year, winning several international awards and establishing Maria as one of the most innovative architects of her generation. What makes Maria's story particularly significant is that the solution came to her fully formed in a single dream, complete with technical details that her conscious mind had never encountered. This suggests that during dreams, consciousness might have access to information and creative possibilities that extend far beyond individual knowledge and experience. As you continue to drift deeper into the peaceful state between waking and sleeping, consider how Maria's experience might apply to the challenges and creative projects in your own life. What if the solutions to your most pressing problems are waiting for you in the realm of dreams? What if your dreaming mind has access to a vast library of possibilities that your waking consciousness hasn't yet discovered? The relationship between dreams and reality becomes even more mysterious when we examine the phenomenon of lucid dreaming. Lucid dreaming occurs when you become aware that you're dreaming while still remaining in the dream state. In lucid dreams, you can often control the dream environment, change the scenario, and make conscious choices about what happens in the dream. Dr. Stephen LaBerge, who founded the Lucidity Institute at Stanford University, has spent over 40 years studying lucid dreaming and its implications for consciousness research. His experiments have demonstrated that lucid dreamers can perform predetermined tasks while dreaming, communicate with researchers through eye movement signals, and even influence their physical body's responses while remaining asleep. What's particularly intriguing about Dr. LaBerge's research is the discovery that actions performed in lucid dreams can have measurable effects on the physical body. When lucid dreamers perform physical exercises in their dreams, their actual muscles show increased activity. When they practice skills or rehearse performances in lucid dreams, their waking performance of those same skills improves significantly. This suggests that the boundary between dream, experience, and physical reality is far more permeable than we typically assume. If actions performed in dreams can affect the physical body, then perhaps other aspects of dream experience can influence physical reality as well. The implications become even more profound when we consider the research of Dr. Jane Gackenbach at Grant McEwan University. Dr. Gackenbach has studied the relationship between meditation, lucid dreaming, and consciousness for over 30 years. Her research has revealed that people who practice meditation and mindfulness develop much greater ability to become lucid in their dreams and to control their dream experiences. More importantly, Gackenbach has found that people who develop lucid dreaming abilities often report that their waking lives begin to feel more dream-like and malleable. They describe feeling more able to influence their circumstances through intention and visualization, and they report that synchronicities and meaningful coincidences increase dramatically in their daily experience. This suggests that developing conscious awareness during dreams might actually enhance your ability to influence reality during waking life. If dreams are indeed a training ground for consciousness's creative abilities, then becoming lucid in dreams might be like learning to use the control room of reality itself. Allow yourself to drift even deeper as we explore what this might mean for your own dream experiences. What if every time you go to sleep, you have the opportunity to enter a state where you can practice and develop your reality shaping abilities? What if lucid dreaming is actually a form of advanced training for conscious participation in the creation of your life experience? The scientific evidence for dreams' influence on reality extends beyond individual cases to large-scale statistical studies. Dr. Roger Nelson, director of the Global Consciousness Project at Princeton University, has been monitoring random number generators around the world for over 20 years, looking for evidence that collective human consciousness can influence random physical events. What Dr. Nelson has discovered is that during major world events that capture the attention and emotion of millions of people simultaneously, the random number generators around the world begin to show non-random patterns. During events like the September 11th attacks, the death of Princess Diana, and major natural disasters, the machines that should be producing completely random numbers instead produce patterns that are statistically impossible if consciousness weren't somehow influencing them. Most relevant to our exploration of dreams is Dr. Nelson's discovery that these consciousness effects on random systems are strongest during the hours when most people are sleeping and dreaming, between midnight and 6 a.m. When the majority of the world's population is asleep, the random number generators show their greatest deviation from true randomness. This suggests that the collective dreaming of humanity might be having a measurable effect on physical reality. When billions of people enter the dream state simultaneously, their combined consciousness might be powerful enough to influence random physical systems around the world. If this is true, then the collective dreams of humanity might be actively shaping the reality we all experience. Consider the implications as you continue to relax into deeper states of awareness. You're not just an isolated individual having private dream experiences. You're part of a vast network of consciousness that's constantly interacting with and influencing physical reality. Your dreams don't just affect your personal experience, they contribute to the collective dreaming process that's shaping the entire world. The power of dreams to influence reality might also explain why certain symbols, themes, and narratives appear repeatedly across different cultures and time periods. Carl Jung noticed that people from completely different backgrounds often had dreams containing similar archetypal symbols. The wise old man, the great mother, the shadow, the anima and animus, and the self. These symbols appeared in dreams regardless of the dreamer's cultural background, education, or religious beliefs. Jung proposed that these archetypal symbols emerge from a collective unconscious that's shared by all humans. But what if Jung's collective unconscious is actually a description of the mechanism by which human consciousness collectively creates reality? What if archetypal dreams are humanity's way of maintaining and updating the basic patterns that structure our shared reality? When you dream about archetypal symbols and narratives, you might be participating in a collective process that maintains the stability of human civilization itself. The wise old man archetype might represent humanity's collective wisdom and guidance system. The great mother archetype might embody our collective need for nurturing and protection. The shadow archetype might represent our collective need to acknowledge and integrate the aspects of human nature that we typically deny or suppress. From this perspective, your individual dreams aren't just personal experiences, but your participation in a vast, ongoing conversation between billions of human minds about what kind of reality we want to create together. When you dream about archetypal symbols, you're casting your vote in humanity's collective decision-making process about the nature of our shared reality. As you sink deeper into the peaceful space between waking and sleeping, imagine yourself as an active participant in this collective dreaming process. Every symbol that appears in your dreams, every emotion you experience during sleep, every scenario your unconscious mind creates might be contributing to the ongoing creation of human civilization. The relationship between dreams and reality becomes even more intriguing when we examine the role of emotion in both dreaming and reality creation. Neuroscientist Dr. Antonio Damasio has spent decades studying the role of emotion in consciousness and decision-making. His research has revealed that emotion isn't just a byproduct of mental activity, but is actually fundamental to how consciousness processes information and makes choices about reality. Dr. Damasio's work shows that people who have damage to the emotional centers of their brain while retaining their logical and analytical abilities become incapable of making effective decisions about their lives. Without emotional guidance, they can analyze options endlessly, but cannot choose which course of action to take. This suggests that emotion is the mechanism by which consciousness selects which possibilities to manifest from the infinite field of potential outcomes. If emotion is indeed the selection mechanism for reality creation, then the emotions you experience during dreams might be particularly powerful in determining which possibilities manifest in your waking life. During dreams, emotions often feel even more intense and vivid than during waking life. The fear in a nightmare, the joy in a pleasant dream, the love in a romantic dream can feel overwhelmingly real and powerful. What if these intense dream emotions are actually programming signals that your consciousness uses to select which realities to create? What if the emotional content of your dreams is far more important than the narrative content in determining what manifests in your waking experience? This possibility is supported by the research of Dr. Candace Pert, who spent her career studying the biochemistry of emotion. Dr. Pert discovered that emotions aren't just mental states, but are actually complex patterns of chemical signals that coordinate the activity of every cell in your body. These emotional chemical signals, which she called molecules of emotion create body-wide states that influence everything from immune function to gene expression. If emotions have such powerful effects on physical biology, and if dream emotions are often more intense than waking emotions, then the emotional content of your dreams might be creating particularly strong biochemical states that influence your physical health, mental state, and ability to manifest desired outcomes in your life. Dr. Pert's research also revealed that emotional states create what she called bliss states, two biochemical conditions that optimize every aspect of physical and mental functioning. People in bliss states show enhanced creativity, improved problem-solving abilities, increased intuition, and greater synchronicity in their daily lives. These are exactly the conditions that would enhance your ability to create positive realities. If you can learn to cultivate positive emotional states during your dreams, you might be able to create the biochemical conditions that optimize your reality creation abilities. Instead of experiencing random or negative emotions during sleep, you could train yourself to dream with emotions of gratitude, love, joy, and excitement about the realities you want to create. Let yourself drift even deeper as we explore how you might begin to work consciously with the reality shaping power of your dreams. The first step is simply becoming more aware of your dream life. Most people remember only fragments of their dreams, if they remember them at all. But research has shown that everyone dreams for approximately 2 hours every night, experiencing multiple dream scenarios that could potentially influence their waking reality. Dr. Rosalind Cartwright, who directed the sleep disorder service at Rush University Medical Center for over 30 years, developed techniques for improving dream recall that have helped thousands of people remember and work with their dreams more effectively. Her research revealed that dream recall isn't just a matter of natural ability, but is a skill that can be developed through practice and intention. The key to improving dream recall is setting a clear intention before falling asleep that you will remember your dreams, and immediately focusing on dream memories upon waking, before allowing your attention to shift to the concerns of the day. Dr. Cartwright found that people who practiced these simple techniques could increase their dream recall from almost nothing to remembering multiple detailed dreams per night within just a few weeks. But remembering your dreams is only the first step. The real power comes from learning to work consciously with dream content to influence your waking reality. Dr. Patricia Garfield, who has studied dreams and their applications for over 40 years, developed techniques for what she calls dream programming, the ability to direct your dreams towards specific outcomes that you want to create in your waking life. Dream programming begins with clearly identifying a specific outcome, problem, or creative challenge that you want your dreams to address. Before falling asleep, you focus on this intention with emotional intensity, visualizing the desired outcome as already achieved and feeling the emotions you would experience if it were real. You then release the intention to your unconscious mind and allow your dreams to work on the problem while you sleep. Dr. Garfield's research has documented thousands of cases where dream programming led to breakthrough solutions, creative insights, and manifestation of desired outcomes in waking life. Scientists have solved research problems through dream programming. Artists have received inspiration for masterpieces. Inventors have discovered new technologies, and ordinary people have found solutions to personal challenges that had seemed impossible to resolve. What makes dream programming particularly powerful is that it engages the vast creative and problem-solving abilities of the unconscious mind, which has access to information and possibilities that the conscious mind cannot perceive. During dreams, the normal limitations of logical thinking are suspended, allowing consciousness to explore creative solutions and make connections that would be impossible during waking awareness. As you continue to drift deeper into the space between waking and sleeping, consider what specific outcomes you might want to program into your dreams. What challenges in your life could benefit from the creative problem-solving power of your dreaming mind? What goals or desires might be achieved more easily through the reality-shaping influence of positive dream experiences? The power of dreams to influence reality extends beyond individual experience to the realm of healing and personal transformation. Dr. Mark Ian Barash, who has studied the healing power of dreams for over 20 years, has documented numerous cases where dreams provided crucial information for physical healing, emotional healing, and spiritual transformation. One of his most remarkable cases involves a woman named Linda, who had been suffering from chronic fatigue syndrome for over 5 years. Despite extensive medical treatment, her condition continued to worsen, and she was becoming increasingly debilitated. Desperate for answers, Linda began paying close attention to her dreams, hoping they might provide insights that conventional medicine had missed. Over several weeks, Linda had a series of dreams that seemed to be guiding her towards specific healing approaches. In one dream, she saw herself walking through a garden filled with particular plants and herbs. The dream was so vivid that she could smell the plants and feel their textures. When she researched the plants from her dream, she discovered that several of them were known in traditional medicine for treating symptoms similar to hers. In another dream, Linda saw herself performing specific physical movements and exercises. The movements felt natural and healing in the dream, and when she began practicing them in her waking life, she noticed immediate improvements in her energy levels and overall well-being. Most significantly, Linda had a dream in which she saw herself completely healthy and vibrant, engaging in activities she hadn't been able to do for years. The dream was so emotionally powerful and felt so real that it gave her hope and motivation she hadn't felt since becoming ill. Linda began incorporating all the guidance from her dreams into her daily life. She worked with the herbs her dreams had shown her, practiced the healing movements, and most importantly, spent time each day visualizing and emotionally experiencing the healthy, vibrant state she had experienced in her healing dream. Within 6 months, Linda's chronic fatigue syndrome had completely resolved. Her doctors were amazed by her recovery, especially since conventional treatments had been ineffective. Linda was convinced that her dreams had provided the key to her healing by giving her access to healing information and possibilities that her conscious mind couldn't have discovered. Dr. Barash's research suggests that dreams might serve as a direct communication channel between consciousness and the body's healing mechanisms. During dreams, consciousness might have access to detailed information about physical conditions and the body's healing needs that isn't available to waking awareness. If dreams can indeed provide healing information and even facilitate physical healing, then the quality and content of your dreams might be one of the most important factors affecting your health and well-being. Negative, fearful, or traumatic dreams might actually interfere with your body's healing processes, while positive, healing dreams might enhance your physical recovery and overall vitality. This possibility is supported by research showing that people who experience more positive emotions during sleep show better immune function, faster wound healing, and greater resistance to illness. The emotional content of your dreams might be directly influencing your physical health through the same biochemical pathways that Dr. Candace Pert identified in her research on the molecules of emotion. Allow yourself to sink even deeper as we explore how this understanding might transform your approach to health and healing. What if instead of seeing illness and physical problems as purely physical issues, you understood them as opportunities to work with the healing power of your dreams? What if your dreaming mind has access to healing information and capabilities that your waking consciousness cannot imagine? The relationship between dreams and reality becomes even more profound when we consider the role of dreams in spiritual and mystical experiences. Throughout history, the world's great spiritual traditions have recognized dreams as a primary channel for receiving guidance, wisdom, and direct spiritual experience. In ancient Egypt, dream temples were built where people could go to receive healing and guidance through dreams. These temples were designed to facilitate specific types of dreams, using architectural features, ceremonial rituals, and specially trained dream priests to help people access the spiritual dimensions of dreaming. In ancient Greece, the cult of Asclepios used dream incubation as a primary healing method. People with physical or emotional ailments would spend the night in special dream chambers within the temple, where they would receive healing dreams that often resulted in miraculous cures. The dream chambers were designed with specific acoustic properties, sacred geometry, and symbolic artwork to facilitate healing dreams. Similar practices existed in cultures around the world. Native American vision quests used dreams and dream-like states to receive spiritual guidance and power. Aboriginal Australians understand dreams as the primary means of accessing the dream time, the timeless spiritual dimension that underlies and creates physical reality. Tibetan Buddhists developed elaborate practices for using dreams as a pathway to enlightenment and spiritual realization. What all these traditions recognize is that dreams provide direct access to spiritual dimensions of reality that are normally hidden from waking consciousness. In dreams, you can encounter spiritual teachers, receive mystical insights, experience unity with the divine, and access wisdom that transcends ordinary human knowledge. From the perspective of these spiritual traditions, dreams aren't just personal psychological experiences, but are actually glimpses into the fundamental spiritual nature of reality itself. When you dream, you're experiencing reality as it truly is, beneath the illusions and limitations of physical existence. If this spiritual understanding of dreams is correct, then your dream experiences might be the most important and real experiences of your entire life. The insights you receive in dreams, the spiritual states you experience during sleep, and the connections you make with transcendent dimensions of reality might be far more significant than anything that happens in your waking life. Dr. Kelly Bulkley, who has studied the relationship between dreams and spirituality for over 20 years, has found that people who pay attention to their dreams and work with dream guidance consistently report greater life satisfaction, stronger sense of purpose, clearer intuition, and more frequent experiences of synchronicity and meaningful coincidence. This suggests that dreams might serve as a bridge between ordinary consciousness and the deeper spiritual intelligence that guides the unfolding of your life. When you ignore your dreams, you might be cutting yourself off from the most important source of guidance and wisdom available to you. As you continue to drift deeper into the peaceful state between waking and sleeping, consider opening yourself to the spiritual dimensions of your dream experience. What if your dreams are actually visits to spiritual realms where you can receive guidance from higher intelligence? What if the scenarios you experience in dreams are spiritual teachings designed to help you understand your purpose and potential? The reality shaping power of dreams might be most evident in the phenomenon of synchronicity, the meaningful coincidences that seem to connect inner psychological states with outer events in ways that suggest some organizing intelligence beyond normal cause and effect. Carl Jung, who coined the term synchronicity, noticed that synchronicities often seem to be triggered by significant dreams. Jung documented numerous cases where people had powerful dreams that were immediately followed by meaningful coincidences in their waking lives. The dreams seemed to activate a field of meaningful connection that brought together inner experience and outer events in ways that provided guidance, confirmation, or important life changes. One of Jung's most famous cases involved a patient who had dreamed about receiving a golden scarab beetle, an ancient Egyptian symbol of transformation and rebirth. The next day, during her therapy session, a golden scarab beetle flew into the room and landed on the window. This synchronicity marked a turning point in the woman's therapy and led to a profound psychological transformation. Jung proposed that synchronicities occur when the conscious and unconscious minds are properly aligned, creating what he called a transcendent function that can influence external reality. Dreams, according to Jung, are the primary means by which the unconscious communicates the information needed to create this alignment. If Jung's understanding is correct, then working consciously with your dreams might be the most effective way to increase synchronicity and meaningful coincidence in your life. When you pay attention to dream symbols, follow dream guidance, and align your conscious intentions with the messages from your unconscious, you might activate the transcendent function that brings about synchronistic events. Dr. Jean Shinoda Bolen, a psychiatrist who has studied synchronicity for over 30 years, has found that people who work actively with their dreams report dramatically increased levels of synchronicity in their daily lives. They describe feeling as though they're living in a magical world where inner intentions and outer events are constantly interacting to provide guidance and support. This suggests that dreams might be the control mechanism for synchronicity itself. When you dream about specific outcomes or scenarios, you might be programming the synchronicity, generating mechanisms of the universe to bring about the circumstances that will make those outcomes possible. Allow this possibility to settle into your awareness as you drift even deeper towards sleep. What if your dreams are actually programming the synchronicities that will unfold in your waking life? What if the scenarios you experience during sleep are setting up the meaningful coincidences that will guide you toward your highest potential? The implications of dreams controlling reality extend far beyond individual experience to questions about the nature of time itself. Linear time, where events unfold in a fixed sequence from past to future, might be an illusion created by waking consciousness. In dreams, time often behaves very differently. You can experience past, present, and future simultaneously. You can meet people from different time periods in the same dream. You can experience events out of chronological sequence. Dr. J.W. Dunn, a British engineer who studied the relationship between dreams and time in the early 20th century, proposed that consciousness actually exists in multiple dimensions of time simultaneously. According to his theory, waking consciousness is focused on only one dimension of time, creating the illusion of linear temporal flow. But during dreams, consciousness can access multiple time dimensions, explaining why dreams often contain information about future events. If Dunn's theory is correct, then your dreams might be your natural access point to what he called serial time, the multidimensional temporal reality where all moments exist simultaneously. When you dream about future events, you're not actually predicting the future, but are accessing a dimension of time where that future already exists. This understanding of time and dreams has profound implications for the relationship between dreams and reality creation. If all possible futures already exist in multidimensional time, then your dreams might be the mechanism by which your consciousness selects which timeline to experience as your personal reality. Every time you dream about a specific scenario or outcome, you might be tuning your consciousness to the timeline where that scenario is most likely to manifest. Your dreams might be like a cosmic remote control, allowing you to navigate between different possible versions of your life by selecting the timeline that contains the experiences you want to have. This possibility is supported by the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics, which proposes that every possible outcome of every quantum event actually occurs, but in parallel universes or timelines. From this perspective, there are infinite versions of reality playing out simultaneously, and consciousness somehow selects which version to experience. If dreams are indeed your interface with the quantum selection mechanism, then learning to dream consciously might be the ultimate form of reality creation. Instead of trying to change your current timeline through effort and struggle, you could simply dream yourself into the timeline where your desired outcomes have already occurred. As you continue to drift deeper into the liminal space between dimensions of consciousness, imagine yourself as a navigator moving between infinite possible timelines. Every dream you have might be an exploration of different possible futures, and the dreams that feel most real and emotionally compelling might be previews of the timeline you're moving toward. The relationship between dreams and reality creation might also explain why certain people seem to live charmed lives where everything flows easily and their desires manifest effortlessly. These individuals might be natural dream programmers who unconsciously use their sleep time to align with the most beneficial timelines and possibilities. Dr. Shakti Gawain, who has studied manifestation and reality creation for over 40 years, has found that people who are successful at manifesting their desires consistently report having vivid, positive dreams about their goals before those goals manifest in reality. They describe feeling as though their dreams give them confidence and clarity about what they want to create and provide them with specific guidance about how to bring their desires into manifestation. What's particularly significant is that these successful manifestors don't usually think of themselves as working with their dreams deliberately. The dream programming seems to happen naturally and unconsciously. They simply focus on their desires with emotional intensity before falling asleep, and their dreams naturally begin to align with and support the manifestation of their goals. This suggests that the reality, shaping power of dreams might be a natural human ability that we've simply forgotten how to use consciously. Throughout most of human history, people lived in cultures that honored and worked with dreams as a normal part of daily life. The disconnection from dream wisdom might be one of the reasons why modern life often feels so disconnected from meaning and purpose. By reconnecting with the reality, shaping power of your dreams, you might be reclaiming one of your most important natural abilities. Instead of seeing dreams as random, meaningless experiences, you could understand them as your personal workshop for reality creation, the place where you design and test the experiences you want to have in your waking life. The scientific evidence for dreams influencing reality continues to accumulate from multiple fields of research. Dr. Dick Bierman at the University of Amsterdam has conducted experiments showing that people's physiological responses can be influenced by random events that occur in the future. In his experiments, people show measurable changes in skin conductance, heart rate, and brain activity several seconds before they're exposed to emotionally significant images, even though the selection of which images to show is determined by random number generators after the physiological responses are measured. This suggests that consciousness can somehow receive information from future events, exactly what would be expected if dreams provide access to multidimensional time. If consciousness can detect future events while awake, it might have even greater access to future information during the altered states of consciousness that occur during dreaming. Dr. Bierman's research also reveals that these precognitive effects are strongest for emotionally significant events. This aligns with the observation that prophetic dreams usually involve emotionally charged scenarios rather than mundane everyday events. The emotional intensity might be the key factor that allows consciousness to access information across time. If emotional intensity enhances the time transcending abilities of consciousness, then the highly emotional states that often occur during dreams might create optimal conditions for both receiving information from the future and influencing future outcomes. The more emotionally engaged you are with your dream experiences, the more power they might have to shape your reality. Dr. Edwin May, who directed the government's remote viewing research program for over 20 years, has found similar results in his studies of psychic phenomena. The most successful psychic experiments involve scenarios with high emotional impact, and the accuracy of psychic information increases dramatically when the psychic is in altered states of consciousness similar to dreaming. Dr. May's research suggests that consciousness operates according to different rules during altered states. The normal limitations of space and time that constrain waking consciousness are relaxed, allowing access to information and influence capabilities that seem impossible from the perspective of ordinary awareness. If consciousness indeed has enhanced abilities during dream states, then your dreams might be the most powerful period of your entire day for influencing your reality. The 8 hours you spend sleeping might be more important for creating your life experience than the 16 hours you spend awake. Let yourself drift even deeper as we explore what this might mean for how you approach your sleep and dream time. Instead of seeing sleep as simply rest and recovery, you could understand it as your daily opportunity to work directly with the creative forces of the universe. Instead of falling asleep randomly and unconsciously, you could approach bedtime as sacred time for programming your reality. The ancient Egyptians understood this connection between sleep, dreams, and reality creation. They developed elaborate practices for what they called dream magic, the use of dreams to influence events in the physical world. Egyptian priests would spend years learning to control their dreams and use dream experiences to heal illness, gain knowledge, communicate across distances, and even influence the dreams of other people. The Egyptian dream magic practices involved specific rituals performed before sleep, special sleeping positions, the use of certain herbs and incenses, and most importantly, the cultivation of specific emotional and mental states designed to optimize dream experiences for reality creation. Modern research has begun to validate some of these ancient practices. Dr. Tor Nielsen at the University of Montreal has found that certain pre-sleep rituals can significantly influence dream content and the likelihood of achieving specific types of dreams. Simple practices like focused intention setting, visualization, and emotional preparation can dramatically increase the probability of having dreams that address specific concerns or goals. Dr. Nielsen's research also reveals that the physical environment during sleep can influence dream content and quality. Factors like room temperature, lighting, sounds, and even scents can affect the types of dreams you experience and how well you remember them. This suggests that you can create optimal conditions for reality, shaping dreams by carefully designing your sleep environment and pre-sleep practices. Instead of falling asleep to random television shows or stressful thoughts, about the day's problems. You could create sacred bedtime rituals that prepare your consciousness for the important work of reality creation during dreams. The power of dreams to influence reality might also be enhanced by sharing dream experiences with others. Dr. Montague Ullman's research revealed that people who regularly discuss their dreams with others, either in dream groups or with dream partners, show increased dream recall, more vivid dream experiences, and greater ability to receive guidance and insights through their dreams. Dr. Ullman proposed that sharing dreams creates what he called a dream field, a shared space of consciousness where individual dreams can connect and amplify each other. When groups of people focus on similar intentions and share their dream experiences, the reality shaping power of their dreams might be multiplied through the group field effect. This possibility is supported by research on group meditation and collective intention. Studies have shown that when groups of people meditate together or focus on similar intentions simultaneously, their individual effects on physical systems are amplified beyond what would be expected from simple addition of individual effects. If dreams work similarly to meditation in their ability to influence reality, then group dreaming practices might be far more powerful than individual dream work. By connecting with others who understand the reality shaping power of dreams, you could participate in collective dream projects that create positive changes, not just in your personal life, but in the world as a whole. As you drift deeper into the peaceful state between waking and sleeping, imagine yourself as part of a vast network of conscious dreamers who are working together to create a better reality for all humanity. Your individual dreams might be contributing to a collective dreaming process that's shaping the future of human civilization itself. The implications of dreams controlling reality extend to every aspect of human experience, from personal relationships to global events. If consciousness can indeed influence reality through dream states, then the collective dreams of humanity might be one of the most powerful forces shaping world events. Consider the possibility that major historical changes, social movements, and cultural transformations might begin in the dream lives of individuals before manifesting in the physical world. The civil rights movement, the environmental movement, technological breakthroughs, and artistic revolutions might all have their origins in the dreams of visionaries who first experienced these changes in their sleep before working to manifest them in waking reality. This perspective suggests that dreamers and visionaries have always been the real architects of human progress, the people who dream of better possibilities, who experience in their sleep the world that could be, might be provide the creative blueprint that the rest of humanity then works to manifest. If this is true, then cultivating powerful, positive dreams might be one of the most important contributions you can make to human progress. Every night when you dream of love, peace, healing, abundance, and positive change, you might be contributing to the morphic field that makes these experiences more likely to manifest in the collective human experience. Dr. Rupert Sheldrake's research on morphic fields suggests that when enough individuals experience similar patterns of thought, emotion, or behavior, these patterns become easier for others to access and express. This morphic resonance effect might explain how cultural changes spread so rapidly once they reach a critical mass. If dreams contribute to morphic fields, just as waking experiences do, then the collective dreaming of humanity might be constantly updating and reshaping the morphic fields that determine what's possible in human experience. Your individual dreams might be votes in humanity's collective decision-making process about what kind of world we create together. From this perspective, working consciously with your dreams becomes not just a personal practice, but a form of service to humanity. By cultivating positive, healing, transformative dreams, you're contributing to the collective dreaming process that's creating the future of human civilization. The relationship between dreams and reality might also explain why certain individuals throughout history have been able to accomplish seemingly impossible things. Great inventors, artists, leaders, and visionaries might have been people who were naturally skilled at using their dreams to access possibilities that others couldn't perceive. Nikola Tesla described receiving his most important inventions through dreams and visions. He would see complete mechanical devices in his mind, understand exactly how they worked, and even test them in his imagination before building them in the physical world. Tesla's dreams gave him access to technological possibilities that were decades ahead of his time. Albert Einstein reported that his theory of relativity came to him initially through a dream in which he was riding on a beam of light through the universe. The mathematical formulation came later, but the fundamental insight that revolutionized physics originated in a dream experience. Similarly, many great works of art, literature, and music have their origins in dreams. Paul McCartney heard the complete melody for Yesterday in a dream. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein came to her in a vivid nightmare. Salvador Dali used dreams as the primary source for his surrealist paintings. These examples suggest that dreams might provide access to possibilities and information that exist beyond the current limits of human knowledge and achievement. When you dream, you might be tapping into the infinite field of potential that contains all possible discoveries, creations, and accomplishments. If this is true, then learning to work consciously with your dreams might be the key to accomplishing things in your life that seem impossible from your current perspective. Instead of limiting yourself to what you think is possible based on your current knowledge and circumstances, you could use your dreams to access possibilities that exist beyond your current limitations. Allow yourself to drift even deeper as we approach the culmination of our exploration into the reality, shaping power of dreams. Everything we've discovered tonight points to a revolutionary understanding of the relationship between consciousness and reality. Your dreams aren't just random neural activity or symbolic psychological experiences. They're your direct interface with the creative mechanisms of the universe itself. When you dream, you're not just a passive observer of mental images and scenarios. You're an active participant in the ongoing creation of reality. Every emotion you feel in a dream, every scenario you experience, every intention you hold during sleep is contributing to the probability patterns that determine what manifests in your waking life. This understanding transforms everything about how you might approach your daily existence. Instead of seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances beyond your control, you can understand yourself as a co-creator of reality who has powerful tools for influencing your experience through the creative work you do during sleep. The 8 hours you spend sleeping each night become your daily opportunity to work directly with the fundamental forces that shape reality. Your dreams become your workshop, your laboratory, your sacred space for designing and testing the experiences you want to have in your waking life. But this power comes with responsibility. If your dreams are indeed shaping reality, then the quality of your dream life becomes one of the most important factors determining not just your personal experience, but your contribution to the collective human experience as well. Dreams filled with fear, anger, violence, or despair might be contributing to the manifestation of these experiences in the world. Dreams filled with love, peace, healing, and positive possibility might be helping to create a more beautiful reality for everyone. This means that your dream life is not just a personal matter, but a form of service to humanity. Every night when you go to sleep, you have the opportunity to contribute to the collective dreaming process that's creating the future of human civilization. As you prepare to enter your own dream state tonight, consider setting the intention to use your dreams for the highest good of all. Instead of allowing your dreams to be random and unconscious, you can choose to dream deliberately and consciously, focusing on the realities you want to create, both for yourself and for the world. Visualize yourself having dreams that are filled with love, joy, peace, and positive possibility. Imagine experiencing in your dreams the solutions to problems that have seemed unsolvable, the healing of wounds that have seemed unhealable, the achievement of goals that have seemed unreachable. Feel the emotions you would experience if these positive possibilities were already real in your waking life. Allow these emotions to fill your entire being as you drift towards sleep, programming your unconscious mind to create dreams that align with these positive intentions. As you sleep tonight, you'll be joining billions of other human beings in the vast, collective dreaming process that's constantly creating and reshaping reality. Your individual dreams will be your contribution to this ongoing creative work, your vote in humanity's collective decision about what kind of world we create together. Remember that you're not just a dreamer, but a dream architect, a reality designer, a co-creator of the universe itself. The dreams you have tonight might plant the seeds for miracles that will bloom in your waking life. The love you feel in your dreams might contribute to healing relationships in the physical world. The peace you experience during sleep might add to the morphic field that's helping humanity evolve beyond conflict and violence. Sweet dreams, fellow creator. The universe is waiting to see what reality you'll dream into existence tonight. And if you found value in tonight's exploration of consciousness mysteries, let me know in the comments below what aspects resonated most deeply with you. And consider subscribing so we can continue this journey into the deepest secrets of mind and reality together. Your engagement helps our content reach other seekers who are ready to discover the incredible power of their own consciousness. As consciousness gently releases its hold on the waking world and surrenders to the infinite creativity of the dreaming mind, may your sleep be filled with the most beautiful possibilities, and may you wake tomorrow to find that your dreams have begun to reshape your reality in ways more wonderful than you ever imagined possible. The mystery of consciousness and reality continues to unfold, and you are both the explorer and the territory being explored, both the dreamer and the dream, both the creator and the creation in the endless dance of awakening awareness. Rest now in the knowing that you are far more powerful than you ever imagined, and that your dreams tonight will be another step in the magnificent journey of conscious evolution that is your life.